Hey everybody, it's Tom. Happy Tuesday. I got my markers out today because I want to spend some time talking with you about the budget. But before I do that, I want to send out a very special thanks to some very special people. The over 100 DFCS employees who helped out with the hurricane shelters last week. We had over 2,300 people who you helped give shelter. Some of those folks couldn't even drive. We had to actually, you actually went out and helped them get to the shelter. Y'all went above and beyond the call of duty. You spent time away from your own families, and I just want to give you my heartfelt thanks for what you did. I know I appreciate it. I know all of our team appreciates it, and I'm certain that those folks you helped out appreciate it greatly. So we've heard a lot lately, especially about the budget and about some savings we're going to accomplish in this budget. So let's talk about what that means. First of all, for fiscal year 20, that's our current fiscal year, we have about $659 million in state funds from the taxpayers of Georgia to spend at DFCS. We spend each year about $455 million in personnel costs. And so Governor Kemp has asked us to find some savings of about 4% this year. I think, I've read in the paper, well, the economy's booming, why do you want to save money from the budget? And I think back to my daddy. My daddy, I was the last of 6 children, so he was kind of older. He was a Depression era child. And so he remembered growing up during the Depression when things were not good, when he had to shoot squirrels to eat. He used to tell me stories all the time about this. And so as he grew older and as he raised us, he really focused on something very important. He said, look, it may be a sunny day today, the finances may be great today, but you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So you need to save your money. You need to make sure you are ready for that rainy day. And so as a matter of fact, he would only spend money on things that he thought were valuable. I think really the only thing he thought was really valuable was education. So perhaps that's how I got here. But Governor Kemp, I think, thinks along the same lines. He is preparing us in case the economy turns bad so that we don't run into a situation where we as an agency have planned to spend money that we suddenly don't have. So what he's asked us to do, as I said, is find some savings. And we have found savings in this budget, and we have focused those savings on funds that we could perhaps really are not core mission of our agency. So for example, we're able to save about $2.4 million by not continuing to purchase some centralized transportation services that really are not core to our mission of transporting, for example, foster children to visitation. We were able to save about $5 million from not spending money on some technology, especially related to our gateway system, that we simply weren't spending those funds. We budgeted them. We don't need them. We can do without them. We are, for example, not going to start a project that we had imagined that would have cost us about $940,000 because we need to focus on our core mission. What is our core mission? If our job is safety, if our job is serving families, then that means that our core mission is making sure that we have the workforce that we need, where we need it, to get the job done. Right now we have about 2,980 workers in child welfare and about 2,670 workers in our OFI, or eligibility. We currently have about 400 who are in the process of coming into our work in child welfare, and about 200 that we're in the process of hiring and onboarding for OFI. Let me assure you that we are going to continue to hire at that front line, at that county level. This is not going to change. Okay? We have, of course, prioritized cutting some of the contracts, some of the technology, some of these other things, but we continue to prioritize our work on the front lines. So, what does this look like? Well, let's talk about this. I'll just use this, I think I can do this here. So let's talk about something called workload. We all know that if you have a cup, let's say that cup has 659 million ounces in it. I'm sure that many of us feel that that cup is full because we are doing $659 million worth of work. Most of that work, of course, is occurring at the county level, is occurring where our social workers work with our families, where our eligibility workers work with our folks who need benefits, and of course those who supervise them. So what we are doing is we are prioritizing keeping that cup as large as possible. If we're going to find savings, we want to find that savings at the state administrative level, perhaps at the regional level, but we are continuing to prioritize keeping that cup big enough by hiring the workers that we need to do it. We also continue to prioritize something that many of you have told me you need. Many of you, especially those from the program manager level up to the county director level, were sort of left behind when we gave raises to our frontline workers and supervisors. I want you to understand that we are looking at restructuring and shifting some of these personnel funds we have down so that we can find additional funds to give you the raises that you need. So by prioritizing this frontline cup, this frontline workforce, we can continue to do the work well. Another thing we can do is to prevent that cup from running over by taking a little bit off of it. How can we do that? We have two things we're doing. We're simplifying and we are using technology. I'll give you two quick examples. Many times our child welfare workers have to drive hours and hours to see a child who is in another county far away. We don't necessarily need to do that. We can have someone else make that visit for us and save that case manager's time. Too often, both in OFI and in child welfare, our case managers are having to scan document after document. We can find technology solutions so that we can do more things electronically. We can find ways to simplify what we do and focus on the core mission of this agency so that although it's nice to help everyone who needs help, our core mission, especially in child welfare, is to help those children who are in danger of harm. And so we can focus on that core mission and reduce that workload and therefore keep you able to do the work and keep you able to do it well. So that's my view on the budget. I feel we're going to be in good shape for years to come. I think that the planning we are doing now will inspire us to be good stewards of the state's dollars, to really follow Governor Kemp's example in that regard. I also want to say that we're making a big change today, and I want to welcome some folks who are coming back to our fold. Another one of Governor Kemp's ideas is that we have, the Right from the Start Medicaid unit has been over at DCH. We're bringing, Commissioner Berry announced yesterday that they're coming back to our fold. We think we can find some synergy because we know that the RSM folks are doing very similar to work that we do in eligibility, but they're also reaching out into the provider community, into the hospitals, into the places where folks actually need Medicaid benefits and making sure they get them. So that we want to welcome y'all back. We want to take good care of you. We want you to be part of our DFCS family again, and I look forward to working with y'all. If you got any questions about today's presentation, please feel free to email me. I'm sure Ramirez is going to put up lots of information about the budget here for you. I'm here to serve you, and I know you're here to serve the people of Georgia, and I appreciate what you do. Thank you.